some closure, stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. You wanted her, so just give me what I deserve. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. Run back to her, 'cause I got what I want, closure. Wasted too much heart on you. Wish I learned to use my head. 'Cause right before I fell for you, I fell right into your bed. I'm not looking for revenge. I don't need you to be my friend. I just want this fake love to come to an end. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. You wanted her, so just give me what I deserve. So can I get some closure? Stay right where you are and don't come closer. If you haven't picked it up, it's over. Run back to her, 'cause I got who you think you are. You're lucky that I don't want revenge. close to me, closer than my own heart. And all I want, let me go, set me free. At the same time, don't want you far. I just wanna be a little closer, still wanna get over all the things you make me feel. I know you want me for a second, next you wanna get down. Know that we will never be real. We never love in the right way, in the right time, at the right spot, in the right state of mind. We never love in the right way, in the right time, at the right spot, in the right state of mind. And you make me feel just a little like I was a someone that is worthy of touch. And you wanna kiss behind a closed door, silence in the open. Am I hoping for too much? Yeah. We never love in the right way, in the right time, at the right spot, in the right state of mind. We never love in the right way, in the right time, at the right spot, in the right state of mind. Ese hombre está mal, es muy adicto a lo que diga la gente.
Right, hi all. Now I'm hoping this is all going to work, because I'll say YouTube has decided to be very painful today, so we shall see what we can do. I'll say, whoops, hopefully my screen will go to full screen, that's better. Right, hopefully everything's clear. I'll say, so I seem to have a slight delay, so yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of fun today, and I say this is learning basically how to play with props. And so the aim today is see if I can make a swinging chain using props. So I created a nice little chain template, each link. So we're going to I want to turn these into props and then play with some of the physics to see if I can make it swing. So well, hi everyone in the chat. So yeah, it's going to be a little challenge. So I may need some little scripting help, so please feel free to chuck it into the chat. And so I do have Discord running also, so I can pick up anything in Discord or things like this. But yeah, the aim is, I say, each one of these links is a separate template or a separate blueprint. And so I'm going to try using the script to turn each one into basically a prop, and then basically see if I can use the script to make them swing, which, yeah, maybe a bit too ambitious. First of all, we've got to try to work out how to move stuff, so we shall see. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, definitely going to be a challenge. So I have a block, so I think yeah, scripting live, it may not be the best move. And totally missed that, cancel that one, go for the block. Yeah, that's it. Right, I'm going to call this one good luck, because I think I may need it to add a script to this. Let's save that up for a sec, and let's have some this is where everyone most probably is going to cry at me, shout at me. Yeah, block. So yes, this is definitely going to be a laugh. And as I say, it's yeah, I think the first thing, let's start for good old interact with a block. So gonna be the first one. Right, spawn a blueprint. So I think the first aim is literally, let's work out. So you can see I've got the link set up, and we have three types of motion. So we can do a static, dynamic, or kinematic. So I'm going to try dynamic. I'm not sure which one. What's the difference between the different ones? Static's obvious, but Dom2's trying to jinx me before I even get there in chat. We shall see. Be interesting, guys. I want to see what the constraints do, because it's going to be have some fun and games on this one. So I think I'll just link that, spawn that. Right, position. X, Y. Keep it on 0. Right, it's going to work out how far. It's about 20 up in the air, I reckon. Keep it at 0 rotor. Whoops, there, back to 0. Just see if I can spawn one in. Scale it as 1 to 1. Friction, I'll leave everything like that for the moment. So we'll just see if we can actually just spawn in a prop to start with. So see if oops. And this is where I try to remember how to switch all this stuff around. So hang on, what do we want? Play mode, edit mode, yeah, play mode. I think that's the one. Was that edit mode? Hang on. Play mode, okay. Start again. I was trying to relearn all this. Yeah, I do have a slight delay for some reason. I didn't ask the system to give me a delay, but it seems to be giving me a delay. Right. It's, yeah, a bit like I say, YouTube was having a definite moment today. Right. Okay. So, I need to be in. That's in play. Is that in play? Let's see. We've got there. Hang on. Are you going to be nice and interact with me? For some reason it says F interact, where my key is bound to G for interact. So, oh, it did interact. There we go. What's that down here? Okay, interesting. I'm going to have some fun with this. Let's stop that for a moment. Come out of that. Come back into that for a sec. Yeah, give it a moment. Right, I'm going to try that again. I think this is going to be a challenge of trying to work out where to spawn stuff. Whoa, move around the screen. Right. Ah, that's where it came from. Okay. So it falls down. So at least that answers that. So physics are definitely working. Right. So yeah, this is going to be some fun. Right. So falling chain links. So that's an interesting start. Yeah, I think I may have to go into edit mode. I think edit mode may be better for this. But you can switch back and forth. So just give it a... Okay, yep. Alright, it's definitely a good luck script today. It's going to be. Right, okay, so we know spawning works. That comes in, that's happy. So obviously spawns it at 20 above, but then it instantly drops. So actually, let's do a static for a moment, and hopefully that should keep it in place. Right. Actually, in fact, I'm going to keep it back here for a second. I just want to see if it... where's my block on? Ah, there. Right. Yep. Okay, so that works. Ooh, that's suspiciously close. Look at that. Okay, I need to move my point a little bit. So right, static will just leave one in place, so I can set that as the top link. So I'll move that one up. I need to just relocate that slightly. Right, yeah, there, stop that for a second. Yeah. Right, okay, come out of that for a moment. Right, back into here. I'll say, yeah, trying to do this live must probably be a bad move, but hey, you got to try these things. So, right, okay, so let's stick it on the x-axis, add a 20 to that, move that across, and we're going to stick this up. Just double height on that one. So I think I'll put this one in as a static. There's a, what's the other prop? One, oops, come into code. Oh, hey, come on, get in there. Prop. So that creates a static prop. So actually it may be the best for... Right. Spawn a dummy prop, but it doesn't give me... Okay. But it doesn't give me an option to choose the blueprint I want, the prop I want to create. Curious. Anyone know how to do that? Yep, I will be trying to use constraints, and we shall see. But yeah, I think it's first of all I just want to work out spawning. Right, so spawning a dummy prop, but it doesn't give me the option of type of prop to spawn. Okay. Need to work out how to do that. I'll look at that one in a minute. Right, save and close that. Right, so see if that puts a link in a suitable location now. Right, quick change on that. Right, yeah, boom. Right, so that's my right. That's why it's throwing me out there. Okay, right. Okay, right. So that's put me up over that side. Okay, let's go. Right. I think let's clear these out. Don't need my, actually no, I want those there for the moment because I want to have the option of measuring gaps. Right, so that's giving me 20 by 20 up. So what I need to work out is next link into the middle of that. So okay, see if I can add a second link 2 to it. Right. It's going to be fun. Right. It's most probably not the most efficient way of coding it, but you've got to try these things, right? That's why it's on the good luck script. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's got to. Like I say, it's going to be an interesting one. I'd say it's, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Dummy props is definitely one to explore at the moment. Right, so I know. Okay, so that spawns that link. Let's just duplicate that for the moment. Right, so add in, let's go for link 2. So link 2, I know that's 20 by 40, I want that lower. Let's drop that to about 30. X, which way do I rotate it? That's X, that's Y. Y axis, I probably want to rotate it by about 90. Keep it on the same scale, everything else the same, see what that looks like. Right, okay, let's see. Off that. Ooh, that was close. That was a bit closer. Okay. Something tells me that dropped rather than fell into place. Do you have that on dynamic? Because if I had that on dynamic, that's quite neat. Okay, right. Let's something. Did I just do what I did last time? And actually, it's still in game. Nope, didn't start game. Okay. Right. You see where I get confused at times. Okay, right. G. There. Come back block. Thank you. Have a dirt block instead. Got to remember not to click the wrong buttons. So that was in static. Interesting. I wonder if I switch that to dynamic and try spawning it. I wonder if that'll actually rattle into the middle. See if the two links will join. Okay, let's should be an interesting test. Right, start that. Oops, come out of there. It's all fingers and thumbs on buttons. Find my dirt block, which is now here. Oh, so we want to be back a little bit further and see it. Right. Ooh, yep, and that one's landed in the middle. That's better. And I can wiggle it about. Oh, this is going to be fun. Whoops. So, yep, well, that works. You can link chains together quite easily. Okay, so those two sit nicely. It'd be interesting to see what constraints can do. So, yeah. Right, so one fixed, one dynamic. Yeah. Well, they're actually rocking on the pivot. So I think, yep, that is actually pivoting on the chain. So, yeah, that works nicely. Yep, you can just nudge them about. So, yep. So you can form chain links. Like I say, great thing is, obviously, because these are props, you can scale these now. But it'd be interesting to see, yeah, you'd have to select the whole lot and scale them all at the same. It's going to throw out positioning. Okay. So that seems to be the trick. Right, let's come back to my little grass block down here. Yeah, stop the game. That sets me that back down to the ground. That's better. Right, there. This is, yeah, a little bit of a challenge. Don't delete the grass block this time. I'm sure there's easier ways of doing this. I'm just making it very difficult for myself today, most probably. Right, let's duplicate that one up. Okay, link them up. Keep it dynamic. Let's pick link 3. So I made each link individual. That way it's easier to bring them through as props rather than try to repeat. I'm not sure how well it would work if you try repeating the same link as a prop. So I thought I'd just do it. So right, we drop that one by 10. So drop that one down another 10. Rotate it. Actually, I want the 0 rotation on that again. So that should loop back through the other one. So leaving scale, mass, everything else the same. So right, let's see, come out of that. Start the game. Come back. Right, no chains. I'm a little grass block and yay! We now have 3 links. So this lot should just swing around quite nicely. Whop it around. Yep. This is going to be fun. this is actually easier. Yeah, no, so yeah, definitely. With once you work the spacing, you could do it. Dom 2, I reckon you could actually get this quite. You could actually generate quite nice long chains with this. And so you just have to repeat it. So I've used separate links. It'd be interesting to see if it actually worked. If you could use the same link repeating, I think that would be certainly one challenge. Yeah, you can certainly. I'll say, yeah, you can have swinging chains. So that was easier than I expected. I'm quite pleased with that. I thought this was going to be one of those challenges that. So yeah, you can just kind of nudge them around, and yep, the physics definitely work. yeah, definitely. I reckon it should not take long to actually cook up a script to actually be able to do this. I think let's add a couple more links into that chain. Right there for a second. Let's stop that. It's easier on doing that. Right. Oh yeah, one interesting thing. My pencil and wrench scales are a little bit out when you have a look at this. It's kind of like, yeah, that's a big pencil, big wrench, but I have no build, so I throw that one in the bug report. Yeah, it definitely came off a lot easier than I expected, that one. I thought I was setting myself up for a real big challenge today, but yeah, this is good. This is fun. I say it's obviously I'm just rattled through the links. It's interesting. It's 10. Actually, let's might as well duplicate that. Yeah, let's say I reckon you could quite easily. Now getting to small scale. Yeah. As you can identify the blueprints, you could easily number them, change the number of each blueprint for each link. So yeah, I reckon you could actually create a chain fairly easily with this. Right, so that's... In fact, let's have a little bit of fun. So that's my static one, so that's fixed. Let's crank down the friction a little bit. Let's see if we can really get this chain. So we'll have to work out what restitution is. We have to Google it, work that one out. Whoops. Off the edge of the page. There we go. Let's just drop that a little bit. Degrees of freedom are all. So okay. We'll, yeah, I'd say this is just one of those little bits of fun. Just thought something to. I don't do keyboard shortcuts. Yeah. 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 No, I only separated out the blueprints because I was thinking I wasn't sure how it would interact. I say in theory you should be able to do it. I say with just one link and repeat it. But I thought for this I'd just do separate ones because I want to play with constraints to see if I can restrict some of the movements on each of the links. So that way you could kind of make some fun and games with it. So some links will move smoothly, some may not move smoothly. So let's go and get into that in a minute. See if we can play with constraints a little bit. Ooh. Yep, I think my chain was a little bit too low to the ground. But yeah, it certainly works. I wonder what the friction... Knock it about a bit. Come on, bump it around. Yeah, the friction definitely makes it move a little bit. Oh yeah, that definitely moves a little bit easier if you change the friction on it. So yeah, I think it definitely have some fun with this. Okay, let's have a... Knock those last. See what I'm going to do is come out of here quick. Let's see. The most probably easier ways of doing it. I'm just playing it as... It should be automatically backed up. Haven't they got that in there? He says quickly save the world. Don't forget to save the world. Thank you, save the world. Yeah, been there. Lost these before. Are you reckon Yeah, I'm going to break it or something. We shall find out. What am I doing there? One of those. Okay, let's zoom in. I'm just going to bump these up. Right. 70. 60. Oops. 50. 40. And last one. 30, so keep it chains out. Right, okay. So we know that works. That seems to function. So oops. Okay. Typing, but right. Okay. Constraints. What can we do with constraints? So we've got a hinged constraint. Okay, this is where you need some guidance. What can we do with constraints? So with entity A, entity B, so I presume we can produce a constraint, but what does it do? This is a question. I'm sorry, I'm torturing you. Don't do. I do it the awkward way. This is just learning. Give me time. I get there. Yep. Yes. I take the long route first time. I'll get round to it on the other times. Right, yeah, so I need to work out what constraints do. How we can play constraints. So any of the team here? Help us! Oh, that's what I'm after. Right, so we got point constraint, fixed constraint. Hinge constraint could be an interesting one to play with. I wonder if we could restrict. Oops, get off there. Okay, so we have props. So link 2 to link 3, we could potentially. Oops, let's drive that one down to. Get off there. Yeah, I want to get back onto 2. So A and B. Bring that down into there. Right, so what can we do here? So this is totally new, never played with them before, so we shall see what it does. Point space. Okay, point A, point B. So do local. So hinge axis is X. Okay. Hinge axis B. It's trying to work out what. So we've got Y, Y, X, Y. Okay. So I presume that would be amount of swing on it. 45 and 45. It's determining point. How do I get the point A and point B's are going to be the question here. Okay, so we've got hinge axis A, hinge axis B, A and B. So we're picking on the Y axis, so it's vertical, so that'll pick off that. Okay. Any guidance from the team here? Help! This is going to be a challenge. Yep, it's understanding what these mean. So normal axis X, normal axis Z, so that makes sense. Know where those are. Now we'll generate a constraint, but what do we do with it? What do we do with that? Okay. I'm just going to leave this as it is, so we've got local point space. interesting to see what the effect is having it on. I'll just leave it on 0 for the moment. Only way to learn, we shall find out. I think they've deserted me. Help! Somebody's looking up what constraints do. Suddenly trying to learn it. Okay, right. Let's dive in here. Whoops. Play. Go on, back in there. Quick. Start game. Right. You see me. G. Oh, hello. Well, I did something. I think my links are having a bit of a moment. Yeah, that definitely has an impact playing with constraint, but I think the chains are trying to break themselves currently. That's yeah, because that's link 2 and link 3. Yeah, they're definitely. Let's jump on it. Whee! Oh no, that's yeah, they're definitely not happy. Okay, curious. Something tells me they're about to flip. Yeah. Well, constraints definitely work, but I'm not quite sure how they work. I mean, this is definitely going to be a learning curve. It's this is where I really want them to shatter. It would look spectacular, but okay. Not sure what happened to those two. So, this is a great fun of experimenting with this sort of stuff. They certainly look uncomfortable. It's, I think, yeah, definitely a challenge. It's come back. Let's play it. The good thing is, I say this is the learning exercise. This is what we play for. This is how we play. Right. Okay. So let's see what else we can do here. Because that works on that. I'm gonna, for a moment, just oops, delete that connection for a second, and just make sure the chain actually lines up before I do anything else. Because I'm not sure why the other 2 links dropped. I think they may have triggered early. So, right, let's. Whoop, where's my dirt block back here? Come on, right. Well, okay, they're dropping for some reason. Why are they dropping? Why are my chains falling off? Right, let's kick me back here. I'm sure I can do this quicker, but okay. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. So they should actually be connecting. Why are they not connecting? It's all on 20s. Weird. They connected last time. Come on. I'm going to bump that up. Just bump it up a couple. Maybe that's what it is. Dumdrew's going in his thing again. Yeah, yep, there we go. So it's 34. Right. I wonder, actually. Oops. Oh, get off me. I think most probably what I need to do is bring that onto the last stage. On it. So it triggers at the end. Right. Okay. Yeah. We should clear those big links out actually. No, don't need them there really. Right. Yeah. They're not, those aren't linking for some reason. Okay. They're not happy, but these are definitely not happy with constraints on them. They are definitely trying to break. Yeah, I think, yeah, constraint points is an interesting one actually. Yeah, look, somebody's joined as a guest. So yeah, it's definitely, they're definitely fighting. So obviously fighting the constraints, but I mean it's good because it's obviously showing the physics in work, but they're trying to rearrange themselves. You know, yeah, constraints are going to definitely take a little bit of work to understand, I think. So, oh, I got a guest. Somebody popped in the world. So, right. I see you. And crush him with a link. Right. Okay. So we know. Let's try to just change the Y for a moment. Let's save and close that. Kick into the game. There you go. Ooh, look, back underneath the link. Right. That's why. Forgot to rotate it. Okay. So by moving that point, it takes the constraint off. Okay, that's better. By just moving that point higher. So yeah, definitely an argument on constraint, and I've just realised it's the rotation on the other links, that's why they're dropping. Okay, that's what I need to sort out. Yeah, that's why they're dropping. Right. Get in there. Oh, cute, come on. What did I forget to do? So 90. Link freeze connecting, that's what's not connecting. 90. That should be better. See, this is always a learning exercise. Oh yeah. No, they can stay around. They can in there. I'll drop a link on them. Yep. Right. Okay. So we know. Okay. So I'm just going to change that by 1, just to see if that changes the dynamics on the constraints. Certainly an interesting. I think constraints is going to take a lot of learning. Yeah. Somebody's having a bit of fun. Yeah. Well. Hey, that's better. We have links up in the sky. Come and push the links around. Oh, you can see, yeah, see this constraints fighting. Okay, that's interesting. Kind of wedged in there on the links. Jump on the link, see if we can free it. Yeah, link constraints are definitely going to take some learning. I'm not quite sure how this works, because that link should have dropped, but it hasn't. Yeah. I mean, definitely. Yeah. We need some documentation. How to play with links or constraints within this game, because it's. Yeah, and that's one for interesting. Actually, it's going to be interesting if we're doing streams that a game is. Oh, hello. Why have I just frozen? Yeah. Okay. Something tells me I may have just crashed. And that could very much be the end of this stream. Oh well, I think I'm going to go and play with a little bit more. I may be back in a bit, but we shall see. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining me. I shall drop off now, as the game seems to have decided to have a little crash on me. But yeah, certainly going to come back and explore more, and definitely explore more on constraints. So yep, it's I'll drop out and see if I can reset this. But I shall actually, in fact, let me just take a break. I'm going to take a break for a moment, and I shall come.
I'm not trying to hurt you, but I will if I have gonna get these battle scars. Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a viper, one bite to dead. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, are you gonna get these battle scars? Baby, I'm a fighter, never backing down. Baby, I'm a soldier, standing my ground. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, are you gonna get these battle scars? Baby, I'm a tiger, 20 steps ahead. Baby, I'm a viper, one bite you dead. So if you're gonna fight me for my heart, are you gonna get these battle scars?
In the stillness somewhere above the city lights, you're falling in love. Still aware, you know it is true that you are lost and this is a crew.
Right. That's better. We're back now. Back in. Right. So yeah. Yeah, no, it just literally, just froze for some bizarre reason. We just had a moment. So, but yeah, definitely need a way of, I have to look at what I can do with. Yeah, let's come out of here for a second. 11. Right. Oh, go on. Oh, that's better. Clear that out. Right. Reset. Oh, mate. Yeah. Right. Fooling links again. Come off there quickly. Right. Okay. Go on there. Right. Yep. Enough. Of course. Thank you for saving that earlier. But yes, but didn't save that after constraints. So let's get into that for a moment. Right, what do we got here? What do we got? And of course, yep, I didn't save it after a thing. Always the fun with crashes. So I'm just going to whip through these again. At least I know 60 what the issues were. Bump these up for a minute. Need to change that one to 90. Twist that link. And 1 to 30, right, so that's a new one. Save and close that. Save the world. Yep. Right. I think I have a link stack. Oh dear. Let's see, let's pencil. Come on. Let's give a little bit of a cleaning exercise there. Save it. Wait, not a laser. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that lot's still there because they shouldn't be there. I think they're a ghost. Okay, they're imaginary. Right, so I wonder if I start game. Does that clear them? Yay, that got them. Okay, they were just imaginary blocks. They were just hanging around there for a little bit. Right, okay, so that's one nice chain with give it a nudge. So its constraints are going to be the challenge here. So let's see if we can do a bit more. Work out what we can do with constraints. Come back down. Yeah, just I say no. Yeah, props don't act as blocks. It's yeah. If you want to join in, no problem at all. Just pop in. Yep. Come and join the world. You seem to have some fun with this. Oh yeah, come on, system. Right, yeah, so it's understanding how constraints work, I think, is going to be the challenge here. So definitely, so link 2, link 3, so right, we can bring those two in, create a, oh come on, drag you screen, thank you, there. So this is definitely, yeah, an interesting one. Okay, so we got point spaces local, so obviously that will create a local point. So let's try it. I'm going to just try 5. 5. So that should be 2 points within a link. Okay, we'll give this one a run. We'll see what happens. Right. The glass block. I need to move that block. Okay, right. Oh, yep. Okay, that changed it. That caused the links to move. So the constraint point moved the links, so they jam. Okay, interesting. Right. And then obviously the next one disconnected from it. Okay, I can see how this is starting to work now. But yeah, how to predict its behaviour is going to be the fun part. So we shall, yeah, definitely going to have a look at this one and try to work out how we can do it. Yeah, right. Nope. Right. Yeah, one of those, one of them. Get. Oh, on the air. That's why. That's why it's been difficult. So hang on. If that's okay, let's try. I'm going to move this constraint point right up, so that would be on the top of, effectively what will be the top of the link on the Y. Hey! And welcome. So let's see if I drop a link on your head in a minute. So right, let's I'm in walking mood. I can be bothered to fly. Oh, okay. That was unexpected. So the link point. That's interesting. So that moved the link point. Leave my links alone. Bashing them about. That's so the constraints actually move the points at which the links link effectively. If you use point constraint by the looks of it, because I set that to 20 points above, which would have dropped it effectively a whole link's distance. So effectively that is still linked to that link by an invisible link. So yeah, we almost have an invisible link here. That, oh, so yeah, you just set it off on a nice rotation. So yeah, that's quite an interesting dynamic actually. So so they are still linked. They still are linked. So you can actually link 2 points effectively by an invisible link almost. yeah, you can see the impact when you knock it. It impacts the ones below it. So you're celebrating far too much. Okay, right. So that's so this is starting to make more sense now. So the constraints will link two links together. What you're controlling is the distance effectively between 2 points within those links when it's done on local. So obviously they still interact. So if you knock one, it will... that's going to be fun. You can create some great dynamics because you can actually invisibly link stuff together. So if you hit something on one place, you can move something in another place if you use constraints. That's going to be a new dynamic to games. Okay, let me change the... So this is definitely the learning lesson today. So we can see what we can find. But, okay, so right, that was 20. So if I bring that down to 10... Getting a habit of saving the world, thank you. Yep, right. Moved it. Come on, and there's played. That's just wrong. Don't like being inside your head. You found my test one. Right. Okay, so that linked up this time. So that allowed the links to drop. Be interesting to see. Yeah, so the constraints work slightly differently. I think there's a good bit of delay going on somewhere. You just seem to be quite happy. That's all. You're just dancing away. So, yeah, not quite sure what's going on there. It's interesting seeing the physics, though. The actual works really well in this game. But yeah, I can imagine if you created a long chain with lots of these, yeah, you would have definitely performance issues. But, yeah, I mean, to do things like big chains within the game, I mean, you can create some spectacular... things like opening door sequences and stuff like this, drawbridges. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, constraints definitely need to be worked on a bit. This man just cannot stop dancing. That's it. He's stuck in dance mode for the day. That's it. Just leave him there to dance away. Right, so come back out to there. There's my wrenchy up. Okay, so we know what's happened there. What else? What other constraints do we have? So we know we've done the point constraint. Fixed constraint is obvious. Point constraint we've got. Distance. Okay, but that was almost acting in the same way as a point constraint. Right, let's get rid of... we'll rip out that one for a second. Let's... what we're going to do... Prop 2... Prop 3... Got one of those... Right. Interesting, it generates a link. Okay. Stick it on 10. We'll just see what happens. The best way to learn is play around with it and see what happens. So, right. Okay. Nope. See you around him. Nope, he's disappeared. Oh, no, he's back again. He's... Yeah, definitely gone large scale. And that is why that is the wrong place to be. Makes live streams much more fun. Oh. Okay. So right, that's still okay, no noticeable change on it. Right, come on. Let's give it a whop, see what happens. Oh, now that Oi! Stop breaking the chain. That's much more effective when you're in big scale. We just need to stop dancing. You're emoting too hard. Yeah. Well, physics definitely works. Give it another whack. See if you can. So we've definitely got to swing your chain. Leave my poor links down there. Let's just say the physics is definitely working, but yeah. Yeah, it definitely seems to work better when your character's on a large scale. Bind you up in chains. Well, I think we've successfully proven chains actually do work. The emote bug is working really well. Yeah. Drop out, drop back in. But large scale you seems to be working well, Dom too. So yeah. Okay. It's going to work out these constraints. Distance, I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one. Let's stop that for a second. Come back out. Nope, you're definitely stuck in the. You are stuck in that mode. Your feet are sinking into the ground. Good. This is all the fun and games of doing a stream. Right. So you just get to play around. Okay. Definitely need some guidance on how to use constraints, I think. Oh, well, oh, come on. So I think let's find what's. I want to try hinge. Be unhinged for a moment. So should right. Why can I drag that one over and not the other one? I'll find that little arrow there. That's what I'm after. Right, get rid of you out there for the moment. Goodbye. Okay, we'll try a hinge one. Try to be unhinged for a minute. See what we can do. Right. So I'm going to literally leave those there. Limit this to about 20 degrees. See if we can stop the chain swinging so much. Make it on. Effect. Let's make that like 5 degrees. Okay, leave it at 0, 0. Let's see what that does. Yeah, I think scaling the chain down would actually. What else Dom to get? Yeah, he's gone for the moment. Right. Yeah, I'll try scaling and chain in a minute. I'm not sure. That's just wrong. Get out of my thing. This is the craziness we have to face. Right. Where's my chain? Oh, nope, that broke. Yeah. Yeah, hinge definitely likes to try to break it. So I presume it's trying to bring it back within a hinge range. Obviously set the range quite small, so it's trying to swing it around to that angle, and obviously it's jamming itself against each other. Interesting. nudge upwards. Nope, that one's definitely going to oh, fell off my hinge. So yeah, sometimes you just don't even have to ask, do you? It just says it all. Bring back my links. De-link you. Okay, yeah, constraints are definitely going to need some time to play with. I think. Definitely. Right. Okay. So. Actually. So that's on the y-axis. Just trying to think what to change this to. Actually, I wonder if we... Let's change it to hinge on the x-axis. Change the normal axis to y. Let's swap that around and see what that does. So just play with this. See what we can do with it. Ugh. Something tells... Why do I feel like I was about to die then? Leave this man alone for 5 minutes and he builds a wall. Ooh. Okay. That's a bit more of an interesting one. It's... yeah, definitely trying to fight against each other. So, yeah, hinge constraint's going to need... Yeah, it's not happy. It's really not happy. Almost feels like there's tension in it. Missed. Well, definitely, yeah, physics are working, but... You're crushed to death under a link. Yeah. Okay. I think let's stop that for a minute and let's get back to let's give this one more. We'll try something else and we'll just see what we do. Come on, right. Okay. So actually, let's take constraints off for a minute. I just want to delete that. Let's get rid of all the constraints. What I'm going to do is play with the scale. Let's yeah, I'll drop it to half scale. Just 50% scale. I think let's come down to that. The link was already big already, so. Now it's most probably will be all separate little links, so it won't join up. So it should have a shower of links coming. That's not going to even ask. Just leave him alone in the corner there. Right. Actually, before I do that, save the world. 5 seconds. Done right. Oops. Have to play. Come on. Oh, make it right. The man in the middle of the game just builds me a tower block. I'll do a demolition job on that in a minute. Oh, yep. Yeah, that made it a little bit smaller. Which means I've got to adjust 50% off all the linking gaps. So that's... oops. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, I just want to stop the game for a sec. Back out of that. Keyboard shortcuts. Right, so 70 on that. So I'm going to need to drop all of these by. That'd be 65. That'd be 60. 55. and 50. Should do it. Right. I'm gonna have a whole city around me before I finish this. I can see this. Yay! And a smaller version of the chain, which should, if we impact it, it should. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that still works. Yeah, that's better. So yeah. No, so scaling works, but you just need to adjust the distance between it to a thing. So yeah, impact does. Yeah, you can obviously, there we go, headbutt the chain around. So yeah, smaller scale. Yes, the scale of player. Actually, that's an interesting dynamic. Actually, the scale of the player compared to the scale of the links depend on the impact force. So yeah. No, I think this has been an interesting little experiment today. Just something to play with. The physics are brilliant though. Physics work really well. And I think within time you soon get to learn how to manipulate it, work it. But yeah, constraints are going to be fun. And the fact that you can link effectively 2 bits together. So you hit one and it will interact with another one, but with an invisible link between the two. That's going to be a useful little feature, because you can create a so just watching Tom gradually building a little city for me and still dancing away like mad. But right, I think I'm going to call it time for today, which is over an hour or so. So thank you everyone for being around, and the video will be up on the YouTube. You watch back and kind of wonder what in hell's name we were doing and the chaos caused. No, thank you for joining, and I shall catch you all soon. Thanks ever so much. Bye for now. Yeah.